Who's copping these hands?
Well, welcome back. No one, bro, because I'm a lawyer now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Sorry.
Welcome back, guys,
Welcome
to
back.
another episode. This one is definitely going to be blurry. I made sure to clean the lens.
We're looking pristine.
I made sure to clean the lens this time, guys. I am so sorry for that mistake, but I hope you can still sit there and listen to my beautiful voice. I wanted to start the podcast off today with just a prayer and just the best wishes to DMX, who is currently in hospital on life support.
I thought he was. Was he?
So they said he was off, and then his lawyer found out it was false. It was false information.
Oh,
so he is actually on life support, and then everyone in his family has apparently reported that it's not looking good. So like I pray for DMX. It's someone that funnily enough, even though me and that person don't seem anything alike in any senses, in like the different lifestyles we've had, blah blah blah, I very much look up to him because he's one of the few artists, maybe in my top 5, that it's not always a favorite artist. It's someone that I feel when I listen to their music and their words and the way they describe the world and the way that they see it is very similar to my own. So I'm not saying I've lived a very similar life to his. Some things are similar, definitely. But it's just someone that I feel I've gained a lot of motivation from, and someone that's made me understand myself and the world a little better. So I wish for the best. I hope he recovers, and I hope his family is okay. You know, I don't really know what to say. It's one of those.
It's a weird thing, right? Like, because realistically, though, like, I mean, like, he's leaving a legacy behind. Like, he's probably doing what, like, he's achieved, like, crazy shit. Crazy shit.
I'm pretty sure he was the first and possibly still the only person with a back-to-back platinum albums in 1 year, which is just unheard of. Like, especially because it was
his time as well. Like, now it's possible. Yeah. Like, you know, if Drake wanted to drop twice, he would.
And you know what the crazy thing is? Those were his first 2 albums.
Yeah, it was crazy. Like he was way bigger, I think, than I even realized. Because I've never been a huge fan. I've never really listened to his music. Like, you know,
I have been a consistent fan through the years, but I only became more of a super fan as I got older. And
yeah, no, I noticed
went from listening to his hype shit.
You went through a phase like last year where you were only listening to it.
I was only listening to DMX.
Every time we'd be in the car, he'd pop
it
on.
Be some DMX stuff.
I'm not. I don't even listen to DMX. So it's a new song like every time, and I'm like, what the fuck? This isn't like what I want.
It just you know sometimes when you've been listening to an artist for years, and then you finally hear a song that you didn't hear before, and it dwells. Jesus Christ, it dwells so much deeper into their soul, and then you're like, whoa, like, holy shit, like this relates, or like, you know, like a better way to explain it is like, you know, when you listen to an artist's hits only, and then you start really deep in the B-sides, you start digging into the B-sides and things that you may have not listened to before.
I don't listen to artists like that.
Okay.
Because I always listen to albums. I'm more of an album listener than
I do both.
I won't ever really ever.
No, but I didn't dwell. Like, what I'm saying is, some of the songs that I listened to last year deeply, I had listened to before, but never like.
You know, I get what you mean in terms of like you actually went through that. I used to do that because I used to listen to music that way, but I don't listen to music that way anymore.
Yeah,
so like,
it's hard to listen to this album. Yeah.
Like that's what I do because like I don't know. It's
I think that's a good way to do things, is go through just the album, because then like it's a way for you to like find gems.
I think it's just like you actually make your own your own opinion, like, rather than like listen to the top
like
things.
You know how like the top things are always starred.
Yeah,
I'm usually not with those.
Yeah, and so I'm
usually fucking with something else.
The best song is like it's like sometimes
it's a B-side song for me at least. I love the B-side.
It's hidden at the bottom, and this is like like, you know, it's just some random hit, and you're like, oh, this is like a.
But yeah, so
But yeah, good.
Prayers to X. I put on my wing shoes, you know, because you know, messenger of the God, I'm an angel. You know, kind of styled myself towards, you know, kind of what he wears. Just someone that I'm very inspired by, motivated by, and I wish the best for. Other than sad news,
no more sad
news. The good news is I'm moving to Moscow.
Why?
So Tinder.
I was actually going to talk to you about this.
Tinder put on their passport thing again, which allows you to visit other countries. And I have found myself.
I spent the week in Paris.
Realizing more and more that none of you perf girls deserve me. And none of you pieces of shit treat me right, bro. What is this? Look, like, I'm not saying I don't get matches in perf, but like, not the ones that I want, you know?
Yeah.
But in Russia, in Moscow, apparently I'm the shit.
I think
apparently there's just flies around me constantly because I'm the shit in Moscow.
But in Perth, people don't like shit.
No. People don't like me.
They have higher values.
No. They're like,
you know
this
what,
guy.
You know what it actually is? I reckon it's like...
I think it just...
No, in Perth, there is like... I feel like in terms of attractiveness, it's like there is like a footy boy thing. Like, and that's like more of like
culturally,
like
that's what I was honestly going to say.
Aussie culture is different. Like in Australia,
yeah,
it is just like...
Not only that, I think it legitimately doesn't even come to the way you dress or the way you act. I think a lot of the times it comes to just your genetic preference in your... like in your cells. Like I think because I am a Slav myself, I may look more appealing and attractive.
Yeah, definitely.
Just like those Russian girls to me for some reason look way more
it's interesting, right?
Like the average Russian girl to me is like...
No, I get what you mean, because it's like you for some reason people naturally gravitate their sexual attraction to themselves, like them sort of like they don't normally. Well,
usually, weirdly enough, it's your parents.
Yeah, and it's like that's
not always the case, but you pick up majority of the traits that you like from a person, not only their like, you know, personality traits, like legitimately even their facial structure. You might like the way your mum's jawline looks, and so every other girl that you look for has a similar jawline.
See, I don't think it's something you like. It's just something you.
You develop a liking for it, though.
No, I think it's more so.
Or you're born with it.
I think it's just like natural and like.
Because I think shit changes. Like your taste in women. Like when I first came to this country, I was very kind of like just Serbian girls. But as I got older and talked to more girls and just was more... You know what it was?
To like, I don't want a Serbian girl.
Yeah, it was like, whoa, go away, Serbian girls.
There's other girls.
These girls.
Yeah.
The thing was, I think it's not even just talking to people and getting to know them. It was genuinely just spending more time in an environment where I have more options. And so my mind went from, I don't have to just go for Serbian girls. These girls are so much more attractive as well. Like... Yeah, so to me it was like, I'm moving to Moscow because those women love me apparently there.
So I like the difference. See, that's the thing. That's
do you reckon
me. I like having a difference, like a real bit, like, you know, like.
So do I.
Something with like, because it keeps you in the like, it keeps the individuality. I feel like. Because like, you know, like I feel like if two people, like if I just, that's why I like hate the idea.
You reckon you get bored of fucking yourself?
Yeah, I hate the idea of like having just like because I compare Australian English very similar, like very similar types of personalities. Like
looking back in history makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense because we are pretty much
yes
here, right? So like the personalities are quite similar, and I just think if I were to ever end up with one, like everything would just get monotonous to me. Because like with like like I would learn nothing about them like realistically because I feel like we'd come up the same way.
But look,
but I like that intrinsic difference. Yeah, you know that, and I like the idea of like
you mean
the cultures. Difference. No, the cultures like colliding. Oh, okay. And like because it's like I don't know, that intrigues me because it's like I feel as though it takes so much longer to get to know them. Like it's so much more interesting.
Yeah,
things are like vibrant.
It's a longer adventure.
Yeah, and like that's what I'm.
It is a harder adventure.
I'm a fucking fiend for that apparently because I feel like I fucking like if I'm dating an English chick or like I'm talking to an English chick, I'm like I feel like I know you, like I know your entire story within a week.
But then again, you don't. Cause
I know I don't, but like I feel like I do.
Just so
and I just know, but like. I do and I don't. I still and it's just like it's bullshit. And like people get brought up differently, and it's like interesting to learn all that kind of shit. Like so, I'm just like fuck.
Is that why you're attracted to me, bro?
Yeah, yes.
Just that different Slavic.
Yeah, you're Slavic.
Ooh,
spicy.
What is he? What is his name?
Has a cool symbol over one of the letters.
Like,
he rolls his eyes.
Bro, that's the funniest thing that was the first thing that I noticed that when I came to this country. I noticed that was the first cultural difference that I noticed, actually, funnily enough.
What?
Other than that, we had to wear uniforms and shit. But
did you not have to wear uniforms?
No. Serbia, it's like America kind of. Yeah. The cultural difference I found is that people, like, we do have specific, like, letters that you guys don't have, like, j.
Yeah.
Like, but... The rolling of the R was the funniest thing for me.
Yeah,
because it's in my name. Radovan.
I can't do it.
Radovan.
Yeah, so
it's not yours is Radovan.
Yeah, you're very. Like, that's where you're like it's like kind of
differentiated.
yeah, because most of Europe is that way.
Yeah, like how the French have that.
Yeah,
Like it's not even
it goes. And it's
when they speak, you know how when
the Spanish have it, South Americans have
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Like, but it's weird that like it's the UK, Australia, and America.
Well, it's because your
the main
language
English
itself.
speaking-
You guys
main English speaking countries.
our
I wonder
languages.
if is Chinese a naturally like R rolling country? Do you reckon the Chinese can roll their R's really easily?
I don't know. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. I
I wonder.
the Asia, like middle of Asia. I don't think so because like it's quite similar to Australian. But no, they're different. They're different gravy.
I don't feel. I think the Japanese. You know, I'm not gonna.
Who knows?
I'm not gonna discuss anything.
Hey,
that
if anyone can just like send
if anyone
us a video,
can tell us,
any Asian dude out there, or like
just like rolling an R,
like, but like going full like Spanish, just like yeah, like turn into like a Mexican commentator.
How do they do that? They go.
Yeah, it's
No.
like it's the tongue.
No, but-
it's the tongue. It's
No,
like,
but it's not that. It's like an R. They do it with an R instead of la la. It's I
have no idea.
No, I've seen something once before
I'm just
where a
thinking
guy
of,
was like rolling his tongue like that, but with an R. So it was like
yeah.
whatever. Doesn't
They
matter.
can do crazy shit.
I don't know.
Them going down, like they must be crazy down there. Hey, maybe like
Oh yeah.
maybe like they like they can do crazy shit.
I wonder. Oh man. And something. Do you know what it is? Something about those Latinas, like the Spanish, which I say Portuguese are Latinas as well. And then
Well, I mean-
obviously the South Americans.
Yeah,
or the
but
South
like
Americans.
yeah,
But
they speak Portuguese, so you have to catch.
Yeah, the Brazilians
you
only.
have to catch Portuguese.
Only the Brazilians though.
Yeah, I
It's
know.
only them. But yeah.
Yeah,
but,
but they're like the main Latinas,
yeah.
so you can't really count Brazil and
Oh,
Portugal.
not really the main Latinas.
Like but they're like you've got the Brazilian
biggest
Latinas.
country
You got
there.
you got the Brazilian Latinas, and then you got the Spanish Latinas, and you kind
Yeah,
of
yeah.
compare. They're
Yeah.
kind of different. I feel like I don't know.
But there's something about their culture
Sorry for generalizing.
which seems to raise like very spicy women.
Yeah,
Like very like spicy, not in a bad way, like a fierce way, like
yeah.
like a little
Have you seen
lioness,
Have you seen
you know?
the Family Guy?
Like,
Have you seen this? Have you seen the Family Guy question where they like Peter's in the car and he's like, "Would you rather get heart surgery from a Latina woman or a massage from a gay man?" and then he's just like by the end he's just like, Quagmire just goes, "So would you rather have sex with a guy or die?"
or die.
I was like, oh yeah,
Jeez.
that's funny. But yeah, no, like yeah, they
Something
do.
about
they do.
that. They just
They do.
fire.
It's a
I
different,
like
it's a different
that.
culture.
Though.
You know, it's a different culture.
That's
what I mean.
very
though.
attracted.
No, but that's what I mean. I love the difference in like those people are brought up so differently, and like, I have no idea about it. And
you
that
guys,
adventure
your
is,
English
like,
culture, you guys have history. You guys have a long history, but your culture is very kind of formulated in some. I don't know. How to
it's just
explain it.
it's interesting because
Maybe it's because it's the dominant world.
No, it's
culture,
because
so
I feel like the English
the dominant
language.
world
I
culture.
think it's the English language that does it, personally.
Okay.
Because it's like the English language is so there's a word for everything, and it's like the most like it's the most.
No, there's other languages.
It's
There's
like
other languages that have
no,
more.
it's like Germany. That like it's like Germany though as well. Kind of have the same sort of like.
Well,
idea
your
about it.
language is originated from
But
the
it's-
same language.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's like that idea, I think, of it being quite specific and not having just like because
Well, it's a
there's a lot
very-
more emotion and there's a lot more like
No,
personality in
no.
other languages.
That's what I was going to
So,
Not
like,
even
that, I think-
emotion.
Yeah.
Not even in the language itself, but in the culture. You guys were very
Well, how you
restrictive.
speak. Well, how you speak.
Well, it was restrictive. It was like, this is how you should be. While all those other cultures were a bit more like, there was like an image, but it was like a very, like, I will always say that the Serbian people are a very, very emotional people.
Yeah, I feel like generally Europeans are more emotional than Americans, Australians.
Definitely, yeah.
Of the native English.
And I
speakers.
think that's also based on just genuinely the way the culture's been raised in like sort of like artistry in terms like it was very promoted and looked looked up to. I was trying to find a better word. I was trying to look cool, man.
Damn. Anyway, but that overall, I would say
Overall.
fucking, like, Europeans are just cool.
Yeah,
I
which is
you lot are
cool.
I just fucking want
Are they gonna hate on us for saying Europeans are cool? Well, fucking if
I
you're
just wanna
so
go
cool,
back-
why the fuck are you here, man?
I'm going
We
back.
fucking
Fuck this
mate.
place, man. Fuck this place.
Mate.
I'm going back.
Either you fucking fit in or you fuck
I'm
off.
exactly what I'm doing. I'm fucking off. That's exactly my plan. I'm getting out of here. getting out of here.
Speaking of Latinas and such, and that like fiery kind of thing, I wanted to speak a little bit on being a red flag jumper.
Oh yeah.
So
is that
it's
is
just
that
a
red flag?
statement.
It's being
Because
it's being a
sometimes those
spicy-
fiery women are just woo.
They're too fiery.
Like they'll ruin your life.
Yeah,
sometimes.
they're too
like
fiery.
a little bit.
They're too fiery.
Like you gotta find that's what you gotta find the balance. But what I'm saying is, I don't know
You want a
if this is an
controllable
actual
fire.
statement. I don't know if this is an actual title that anyone has ever given it to this. But I myself define myself as a red flag jumper. Like I for some reason see a red flag and it's attractive.
Yeah, no, you're an idiot. Is the other? I think the term.
Listen, that is a microaggression right there. I would like to define myself as a red flag jumper.
Yeah,
All
but
right,
like,
buddy?
if you actually
Just
look
like
at
before,
it, if you actually look at
not
it,
blind, visually impaired.
do you see though? Like do you see what that actually is?
What?
Like the fact that you see it, like you see the red flag and you find it attractive because you in your head feel like it's something that it won't happen to you or it won't affect you.
No.
No. So okay, so you
No.
so you want the problem
I'll
with
explain,
it? Do you want
I'll
no
explain it.
do you want the problem and then you want to fix the problem
Mhm.
because then that's your own
Yes.
insecurities and shit like
No, not insecurities. More to do with challenge.
yeah, but it's not a challenge though.
It is.
No, it's not though.
In my head, it is.
Yeah, but it's not a challenge.
No, but in my head, it is. You know what it is? It's not a challenge. For me, it's not even to change that person.
It's also quite controlling.
No, it's not to change the person. It's never to change the person. I want him to maintain that craziness and fire. For me,
What about the red flag?
that's what I'm saying.
You want them to keep the red flag.
Yeah, but I want to be able to get. Okay, this is gonna sound weird. It's like a thrill thing. It's like I want to be able to be the only one that can bear those flames.
See, that's where it's stupid because it's like
Right.
No, but that means you're not trying.
Right.
Okay, but that means you're not wanting them to change.
I
So
don't-
you're happy with the red flag, is what you're saying.
No, deeply down as like a moral human being that actually has some logic in his head, I would sit in moments of like great like depression and aggression and be like, fuck these red flags, this is stupid, why do I keep staying?
Mm-hmm.
But then the other part of me is like, well, if you can survive the flames, you know, like you'll be different. Like
So, yeah,
there's
but,
like a-
no, but
there's
what
an-
are you actually trying to achieve with that?
there's
Like,
an
that idea.
being okay. It is honestly just like the challenge itself. Like for example, at school we're all
Again,
doing
that's quite
something.
controlling.
We're all doing something, and controlling in what sense?
Because you're trying, it's a challenge for you. It's not like you're trying to challenge.
I'm not
you're
trying to
challenging-
challenge
You're
them.
challenging yourself by
Yes.
saying, "I can try and
I can
accept
try
this
survive
person
this. Yeah,
because of their problem."
Yeah.
Like, you know,
yeah,
that's like
which is sick,
Yeah, that's what
right?
I'm saying. Yeah,
but
like,
it's fun.
it's not though. How is that fun? It's not fun.
Toxic
for me,
2021.
See, for me, no, but for me, that just
No, I'm
annoys the
kidding.
shit out of me.
No, it's not. Look, like I said, I'm a red flag jumper.
Because like, if a bitch
It's
comes at me,
stupid.
right?
Whoa,
and,
whoa, whoa,
and,
whoa.
and like,
a
no,
fine, polite woman.
no.
comes
I call it.
at you.
K. Dot says it best. I call a bitch, a hoe, a woman, a woman. If a bitch comes at me with all this fucking like shit, and like I've been chatting to her, and then all of a sudden things are like going crazy, and she starts piling her fucking issues onto me, and like I'm not gonna like I don't have time for this shit. Like I'm fucking off. Like I don't like.
Right.
I don't.
So usually one side
Fuck
of my
that.
one side of my head does that. One side of my head will do that. The problem is being a red flag jumper. If you stay, for some reason, I like to finish things off, complete things, even though I hate them. For example, one of the biggest examples in my life, university. I could drop out now. I really could.
That would
I
make sense.
really
You got
could.
money involved, and like it's not gonna hurt you. Just finish it.
But that's what I'm saying. I want to
How
just
do you
finish it.
finish a relationship off?
No.
Or like,
Oh, no, what I'm saying is I stay in relationships that I should have finished ages ago just because I'm trying to see in a sick way sometimes I'm trying to be the guy that stayed the longest. Just to prove to
so you
myself,
want her to break up with you?
not always,
What do you mean by stay the longest? Then do you want like,
because I'm planning to leave. A part of my head, so I'll explain like this. There's two parts of my head. The logical part, if I keep staying, the logical part starts taking over and it starts becoming absent-minded. As in, I start zoning out when me and her talk. I start giving less fucks.
Mm-hmm.
I start caring, but also like to a point. If I say too long. So that's the problem. That this part drags me along, and then if that part drags me along for too far, the other part takes over, and instead of leaving and being logical, it just like it cuts off.
Okay.
And then the only way for me to ever break up with any of those girls is like a defining moment of like just a crash where both sides of my brain just crash into each other, and there's just a boom, and then I have this like flick in the back of my head that not only happens with relationships with girlfriends, but including friends. I've done this with friends as well, where they're definitely a red flag, nothing positive for me. I just stick around to see how long I can stick around, because maybe there's a little bit of me that feels really bad for leaving people behind.
I don't. I just fuck them off. If people, I'm just like, yeah, no.
Yeah, I think I have.
Mine. If I can.
I think there's probably some abandonment issues there, but
if I make the decision in the morning, you're most likely like I've done something by the afternoon.
No.
Like it's like in that case, like I'm just like.
Oh, see, if I break up with you, then it's like, if I actually set it out and break up with you, regardless if you're a friend or a girlfriend, the next minute I can go fuck someone else.
Yeah, obviously.
But some people aren't like that.
What's that got to do with anything?
No, but some people aren't like that. What I'm saying is,
yeah, but you
until then, no, but I'm saying how stupid is that? Until then, I'm so loyal and I'm so crazy to the point where I'm willing to risk my own skin and burn away and fuck with my own head until I flick that switch. And once that switch is flicked, it's like a totally different person, which makes no sense, because it's like you just went all that way, and then when the switch flicked, it was like nothing.
Yeah, I just flick the switch when I make the decision. I don't like flick the switch.
I don't flick the switch.
For an example,
the switch flicks
right?
itself.
For an example, that's when I make the decision. Like
my switch only
head
flicks.
Makes the decision.
My head only.
You're saying you switch.
It only switches when I crash.
No, but you're saying it once you said the words.
Oh no! I'm saying. Oh no! I was just saying. Once I say the words, I'm saying the switch can flick before I say the words.
No, but that's what I'm saying. No. You've said before that you wouldn't be able to. For an example, if I was dating someone and I met someone way better that I instantly knew was better, I'm not like if for an example we're about to fuck, I'm gonna fuck. No. And then I will just break up with the girlfriend. I couldn't. I'll break up with the girlfriend the next day.
I couldn't because
no, that's what I'm saying. Your switch. Like for an example, I've made the switch already. Right. Like my decision's been made. Right. So like I'm not doing anything like morally wrong. Yeah. I'm going to do it later. I'm not just gonna be like, well, hold on a second. I can't actually fuck you right now because I've actually got a girlfriend. I'm gonna go break up with her. I'll be back in about 2 hours. How's that sound? It's like no, that doesn't mean anything. I'm doing the exact same thing.
Right, but to me, there's a moral code there where it's like I'm still with that person in some sense, and if I don't let them be known,
you can't let a girlfriend stop you from meeting a wife. Don't let it happen.
I just have a very guilty consciousness, which is funny because, like, I've done.
But there's no difference between you breaking up with someone, fucking someone 2 hours after, and fucking someone 2 hours before, then breaking someone up. To me, it does. There's nothing.
There is.
No, there's nothing different there. There's no difference there.
Because you did something before you were breaking up with that person.
But you've already broken up. We're broken up.
So what if not in their mind?
Yeah, but like it doesn't matter. They're still feeling. It does. They're still feeling like shit.
I'll explain 2 hours later.
Right. If anything, in their head, they might actually even go, "Wow, he just broke up with me, so he could go fuck this person." Whereas in actuality, I can then say, "Look, I think this person's better than you. I can explain it to you," rather than not in
that
your
person
case,
will still hurt.
Yeah, no, shit will still hurt for them.
That's what.
But it's gonna hurt after as well, just the exact same way.
I'll explain it to you in a different. I'll explain it to you in a different scenario, right? Mm-hmm. You have a contract with Nike, and Adidas comes up to you, and you have a set contract with Nike where you can't.
I like your one second before you go any further. I love your analogy of a fucking relationship to a contract.
It is.
No, it's not.
A relationship is an unspoken contract.
No, it's not.
Yes, it.
To me and you have a contract?
Yes, an unspoken one where it's like we have a moral standing with each other where it's like I'm not going to betray you. You won't betray me.
Yeah, but
I'm not gonna do
it's-
something fucked
it-
shit.
that's- it's
I'm
still
not gonna
not-
do some fucked shit unless me and you aren't friends. If
Yeah.
me and you aren't friends, then I'm gonna do some fucked shit.
Yeah, but like you can make that decision in your head. It's not a deadline. There's no deadline.
Right,
That's the difference.
but I at least have to put it across to you. Why I'm saying you're with
You can do
Nike,
that
you're
after.
sponsored with Nike.
if you betrayed me and you told me afterwards, I wouldn't like. It's the same
Right,
as if
it
you
hurts
did it.
the same, but to me, it's about the moral standing of the person, bro. It's like me killing someone's family and then after being like, well, I just killed your family, sorry. Or me going up to them and being like, I'm gonna fucking kill your family and then kill him. Yes, I get it.
It's the exact same
pain, but it's not. Because at least this time you warned them. The other time you're like, oops, 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 and then oops, I killed them.
It's the
oops.
same. It's the same. It's the
Like
same
I
thing.
said, you have an exclusive contract with Nike. They tell you can't do anything. You meet this guy from Adidas. He comes up to you, gives you a better deal. You make the deal with them. Do you know what Nike can do after?
Sue me. Yeah, well, obviously in that situation, because there's a contract involved,
Right.
I'm gonna go.
Right.
Hold on, Adidas.
Right.
I will be back in 2 hours.
But with a
I can
mutual-
actually do that thing that I
Okay,
said.
but with a mutual contract, a mental one,
Yeah.
a mental one. If I break up with a girl and then fuck someone else, yes, it will hurt her regardless, but it will hurt her way less than me.
No, it won't.
And
No,
it will
it
at least give me chance. It will at least give me a chance to be friends with her after or to be civil. Because if I was to cheat on her during then, she will never be civil.
You think if you
If I break up with her and then
said,
fuck
hey,
someone else,
like literally like 2 hours later,
yes.
you think she's gonna be like, oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I will be friends.
It's way better than fucking doing it while you're in the relationship.
I don't see any difference.
Yes, because you're a fucking robot.
If someone came up to me and said, Jack,
you wouldn't feel
Jack,
guilty.
I'm sorry. Like,
How could you not feel guilty?
Okay,
bro?
look, for an example, like, say your girlfriend goes away for fucking 5 weeks.
Okay.
And you fucking, and she fucks someone, like, and she falls in love over there, over
Right.
5 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
she's like, okay, well, I like, she's not going to abstain for 5 weeks, but she wants to tell me in person to say, oh, look, we have to end because I found someone else. I'd rather than be honest with me and say, okay, I found someone else and go, right? That's what you would prefer, right? As a human being, you'd prefer someone to be honest with you, whether they do it after or before.
Well,
you want
no,
them to be honest.
I just
No,
want.
you want them-
I want the
them to be honest,
occurrence.
though.
I want.
Yeah, no,
me and you
but
gotta
let me
finish-
finish. You want them to be honest. You don't want them just to be like, oh yeah, it's done between us. I just don't think we're right for each other, and or like say some bullshit response.
No,
and
I
then
don't
go fuck
care.
someone.
What?
No. You would rather than be honest and say, so wait, you'd rather a girl come up to you and be like,
Dude,
I'm breaking up with
I
you
don't
because your feet
care.
smell, and then go
Dude,
fuck someone else.
dude.
No, I'd rather them say
No.
I found someone better, or fucking.
Do you know why?
Wait.
See-
Be honest with me.
No, but
Be honest with me.
But do you know why that doesn't matter? Why does it matter if she's honest with you or
'Cause
not?
like you
Once
said-
your contract's over with her.
Because like you said, then you've got, like, if you wanted to be friends
The
afterwards,
guilt.
you can do.
No,
You can.
The reason I do it or don't is the guilt I feel.
Yeah, I know.
The guilt I feel. Not. Or I hope that person understands. Like they won't understand me fucking a girl 2 hours after we broke up.
I know.
You're right about that. I'm not arguing that. I'm saying it's for my own guilt. If it's
I
for my
understand
own-
you- I know
It's
what you
for
mean.
me saying, "Hey, look, you're morally right.
That's going back to what I was saying.
You're being a
previously.
decent human
What I meant at the very start is what I said is you actually turn the switch when you say the words. You've said the words. That's when your switch actually does, because that's when you can actually change your action.
No.
That happens when you say the words. You literally just
No,
You're,
I
you're
said-
literally saying you can't do the
I was-
action before you say it to someone.
No, I need to crash. Like I said before, I need to crash inside my own mind. Then I need to break. Then I need to that the switch changes already.
The crash is the decision.
The crash for me is never the decision.
Always the decision.
No.
That's when. Dude, what do you mean? It's the.
No, because once the switch is flipped, the decision is so easy to make because I'm
The
so
crash
numb.
is the decision. The crash is the realization that
The crash is the
the
catalyst. It's not the decision.
the crash is the realization that something's not
The
right.
catalyst.
Yeah. So if you realize
That's not
something's
the
not right
decision.
one night, that's your crash,
Yes.
and then you go and tell someone.
Yes.
So
And
that's
the
two different
decision.
things. That's two different things.
Yeah.
No, the decision happens at the crash.
No, that's the catalyst. Because I could still there has been moments where the switch flipped 2 months before I broke up with someone.
Yeah. But you didn't actually do anything.
So that's the catalyst. I didn't make the choice yet.
yeah, I know.
I was still feeding on the choice inside my own head.
What, so no, but okay, yeah. So it took you like that.
Yeah,
you
so
you can flip
that's
the
what I'm
switch
saying.
whatever time through that, but you do it when you, for some. You
No.
are-
The
but
switch
for
flips at the
in
crash.
Those 2 months period where you felt like that's when it crashed. You didn't go fuck other chicks.
No.
Because you didn't do it until you said to the person.
Yes.
That's when your
Yep.
flip switched.
Yes.
Your switch flipped.
No.
Yes, it is.
No. My flip switches when I start becoming numb. That's what I'm saying. The switch
So it's
is
a very
numbness.
slow switch. It's a very slow
Yeah.
switch. That's bullshit then.
No, it's not a slow switch. No, it's a switch. It's just a quick switch. And from then on, I'm numb. But I just can't have the courage or for some reason couldn't decide to just be like, hey, we're breaking up. I can't do this anymore.
So
but
then,
instead, I sat there and acted like a boyfriend for another month or two.
see, that's completely different. Like, that's just you sitting in like your own like.
That's what I'm saying. In my own despair, in my own numbness.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I wasn't saying the switch is the decision.
Yeah, that's what
I'm saying the switch is the catalyst which turns me numb. After I'm numb, whatever choice I make
See,
after
my
that, I don't
switch
care.
goes fucking as soon as that like my
See,
crash
mine,
goes.
see, my switch is
Like,
different to the
As soon
explosion.
as soon as I understand.
Yours, this is what yours is. Yours is switch and it's mine is switch and then it's like.
Well, no, it's just
you know
like
the little trail that they have in cartoons.
When it crashes, like I understand. it's
Gunpowder.
Like,
That's me.
The crash is the understanding of what's going wrong. Like when
Funnily enough, it's not. The crash for me isn't the understanding. It's the final resolve that tells me it has to be done. Because before that,
That's the switch.
my logic and the unreasonable emotions that I have for jumping for red flags, they keep fighting. And I'm aware that one of them is more right, even so. I'm usually aware that one of them is more right because I'm aware of my own faults. So until they come to a point where they both crash into each other and they can no longer bicker because whatever's in me is just destroyed, flips, then the next thing is just the choice of the day where I'm going to sit down or stand up or do whatever and be like, we're done.
Okay.
But the dynamite, the little, you know how in cartoons when they press the fucking dynamite switch and then the thing goes, that's me for a while.
Yeah. That must suck.
Yeah.
We'll move on to a different subject.
Yeah.
because that's just
We
like,
argued
that's all
for
I'm
a
going to say
little
now is like you should do it sooner is what I'm going to say.
Right.
Learn how to do it sooner. Shorten your fucking TNT cord.
Nah, bro. TNT.
You got to. It's just got to do it boom rather than anyway.
Yeah, well, I learned from mistakes. Sorry. Oh, go on.
Yeah, no, we're moving on to what else? What else has happened this week? I heard some nice little rumors. Do you know this is how fucking retarded the world is? I don't know how this happened or what even happened, but like there was essentially like rumors that James Rodriguez, the footballer, was coming out as trans.
Hummers.
Yeah, James Rodriguez. Yeah, he was coming out as trans apparently.
Is it true?
I don't think so. I think like literally someone started a rumor apparently out of fucking nothing. But like people started taking it and biting, and like and it's just like
Wait, where's he from again?
Colombia, and like I've not actually done enough research to see if it has been like fully confirmed as bullshit because I'm fairly certain it's bullshit.
Okay,
but like it was such a random thing like that.
That's one sport that I realized that there is not many.
There's no gays. There's only one publicly gay footballer.
Homosexuals.
There's only one gay footballer.
Oh, and
dude, like the whole and do you know why it's so it's so fucked up? It's the English culture around sport. It's English culture around sport is so fucking toxic. Like I compare it all the time with like Americans with how they treat their athletes and how like NBA players get to like speak and talk and like have word like. Yeah, as the English like look at every single English footballer. They all just sit back at home and like post the same old Instagram photo saying good win this week, boys. We go on to next week because there's why bother speak your mind because as soon as you speak your mind, you just get shut down. Yeah, and people fucking shit on you and you get fined to fuck.
What the fuck do you know, lad? You're just fucking kicking the ball around.
It's so toxic in the UK. It's so fucking toxic, and no one talks about it. No one fucking talks about it because we just expect these like fucking people to grow up like in this
I think
world.
it's changed in the past few years just because of like the younger players being able to have social media. Like Rashford, for example, has stood up about a few things. They have shat on him, obviously.
Yeah, but like, see, that's the thing I also don't understand, right?
And he's doing the good things.
No, that's also the thing that doesn't make sense. Is like. If Raheem Sterling's a good example as well. They shat on him for so long.
Oh, right.
Until they actually realised, guy's actually pretty sound.
Such a good guy.
Sound dude. Like, what the
They just shat on him because of his performance.
Yeah. And it was just like, it was...
But such a kind,
but it was also...
level-headed guy.
It's also like really sad, but he is just like a young black fucking footballer.
Yeah,
and like
he didn't seem very outspoken, so he was like the target of their abuse.
He was a young kid that like left like a team to go to a different team, like for a lot of money.
They just shat on him.
And they fucking and it's like you look at it and you're like, and then you compare it and it is sad, but you compare it to like someone like fucking Harry Kane coming up.
Yeah,
and this is like the most boring fucking human being on the planet. I mean, fucking boring. Yeah. I fucking like he is like. And it annoys me when you have these people that are so media friendly and like just shit out bullshit. And because it's just like, I see through it. I see straight through your fucking eyes.
Yeah, but Harry
right
Kane's a typical white.
I know, and I hate it. I hate
guy,
it. I hate it because he's even like he is the epitome even of like the royal family.
Yeah, he almost seems like he's related.
Yeah, he seems like if someone said Harry Kane had royal blood, I'd be like, fuck, yeah, fair enough.
Lord
like,
Harry Kane,
like,
you mean?
I fucking hate it, man, because it's just like have some personality about you. Like, come on, just a little bit, man. Like, you can't be with stone. Like, that's why I like Jack Grealish so much because like he went up. He had like heaps of problems coming up through football, like because like he was like caught smoking like laughing gas and shit and going to like doing all this shit.
So he was just having fun.
And like he like punched a player. He got punched by a player like when he was like on the field once. And it was like he
seems a bit more aggressive and saucy.
No, he is. He's a fucking dope dude. And like I was like, and he got shot on. Yeah. He got shat on because like he was like, and until he got to the point where he's actually so good
so they can't say
where they can't fucking deny him anymore, and they're like, he's actually really good, like, and now they suck his dick.
He's made a few mistakes when he was younger.
Yeah, and now they suck his dick. It's the same with Raheem Sterling. Now they suck his dick because they got so much fucking backlash. For them being, wow, you're actually just being racist here. Yeah, like he's done nothing wrong ever, and people are like, that's actually fair. He hasn't done anything wrong, and now he's just like a golden child as well. Yeah. When it's just I fucking hate the English media culture. It's so fucking toxic. It's worse than like I think most places. I think it's worse than American. Way worse.
Well, I think it's one of the earliest sports, and so it's stuck to its tradition as much as possible, other than the theatrics that have come over the past years. But that in itself is like a fakeness as well.
You look at it in all aspects of life there though, like music, like they're all like, think of like how many outspoken artists there are in the UK compared to America. Yeah. Think of like sports, a big one, like artistry in general, like it's so like shunned. Yeah. Like, you know, it's like no, like, and I don't understand it, and it's like it's such a negative like.
I think it's switched over the years. I think
it's getting better. I think but it's just so slow.
As like more underground things are becoming, the more things that are
youth is taking
DUI things, like where the bigger corporations and media don't like. They are using normal creators for advertisers now more than they're doing like $1 million like videos.
No, I get what you mean.
Like the underground, the DUI, the just
we also just in the UK there's not many progressive companies, so like, you know, like as much as like it's bullshit, like you look at like Amazon, Apple and all these big tech companies, they're pretty progressive, and they are normally like, okay, we like they are making everything a lot. There's nothing like that in the UK. Like the biggest, and it's actually weird, like because one of the biggest independent companies I'd say that is from the UK is like Gymshark. Okay. And have you heard
I didn't know Gymshark's
Have you heard Ben Francis's story? He's essentially the creator of Gymshark.
Right. No.
He's from the UK. He's from the UK and he's just like a gym dude that started like made a small business and like it fucking started soaring, right? Yeah. And like he gets so much shit, right? Because essentially what they did on Instagram, he like at the start of their advertising, every photo was just a jack dude, female with a huge ass, like in like incredible shape. Models essentially, which is fair because he wants to sell.
You're selling fitness clothes,
and Gymshark I think is probably the biggest like
right
clothing,
now it is,
like gym clothing
line. Either other than like World Gym,
or like Nike is pretty big. Like if you can count it, like Nike. Like,
but that's always been like a sports thing. It's not like a gym specific.
Like
Gymshark's more gym specific.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, so it's like so it's getting huge, and he's come into so much shit recently because like obviously all of the like positive movement of like body shaming and so on and so forth, right? And like, you know, why are there no like realistic bodies, and why is there no like why? He came into a lot of shit from that because like he obviously had a bunch of models, which look okay, that's the world we're going. But listen, this is where it gets fucking discussion. This is where it gets so fucking frustrating for me because it's so annoying. He went out and said, okay, fair enough. You want us to like go to and like have models of the average gym goer instead of like everyone. He's like, actually, he even said, like, because he went on True Geordie's podcast and he said, I understand that, and as a business idea, it makes sense because it's like we want to have the biggest audiences of everything. So we want all the hardcores. Pardon me. But we want all the hardcores, but we want the casuals as well. Like we want everyone buying our shit. Like we don't want it just to be
not like a selected
shit.
market.
We don't want it to be intimidating.
Not a specific market.
So he said, like, okay, we've had like a year and a 4-year plan of going out there and actually going, okay, let's try and be more body positive. So that's what they've started doing. Like in the last couple of years. And now all he gets shit for is, all of a sudden you're changing just because you get a bit. And he's like, yeah, like. He's a new company. They've been going around for 5 years, and they've then made a decision to say, okay, yeah, we'll be more body positive. But then you get shit for the decision you made. Yeah. And they're like, they're only showing it because like,
they're just never happy with anything you do.
It's unbelievable how like, and that again, I don't know if it's just the UK culture that's doing it.
Like, I don't think it's the UK culture. I think it's the world.
It's like, come on, like he's young. He's in his like mid-20s. And he's like, he's made the conscious decision and been like, okay, let's try and be more positive. Yeah. I want it, and then like, I just do not understand it.
The world in a weird, fucked up way wants to. This is the weird thing about people in the world. People love to see and relate to other people that were once at the bottom and now are at the top, because that gives you inspiration and that gives you a visual representation of someone that you can actually become, because that person that was the same place as you got there.
Yeah.
And
you're not doing it.
But when you get there and you've made some choices, they hate you because you didn't come in the game without any mistakes or without knowing that in the future everyone would be conscious about. Like, for example, let's be honest. Let's be fully honest. I understand why it's changed over the years, and it should have. But before, in the early 2000s, people making gay jokes was the number one thing.
It was normal.
That was legitimately, at one point into the 2000s, being racist, well, not being racist, but making racist jokes, making jokes about the gays, with the LGBT community, sorry, the gays. Making jokes about them, making jokes about any minority was not even frowned upon because everyone found it funny. Then, as the culture started shifting, people that were comedians back then, that were like, for example, Kevin Hart, any of them, that were popular back then, were getting hated on for what they did back then. And it's like, you laughed at it then, you didn't find an issue with it then, and now you're this warrior that stands with everyone. But it's like, you changed your mind. Why isn't the performer or the person that said something or whoever they are allowed to change their mind too?
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
It's like
you want to be inspired, but when someone does something, you try to find faults. And it's like why didn't you start off supporting everyone from the beginning?
I would have laughed at your jokes if you weren't saying about gays. Trust me, I would have laughed. Yeah, it was not my fault.
Like for example,
but it's like being an accomplice in a murder.
Yeah,
and then you being like, him changing over jail time, and you being like, well, like I was always good. I let it happen. I was always good. It's like
or like you ending up doing some horrible crime, and the statute of limitation passes, and it's been like 10 years, and then they come back for you, and then they're like, oh, you got to go to prison now.
Yeah.
And it's like, I understand
do a second sentence,
horrible thing. Not a second sentence.
Janice from Twitter is getting angry. You got to do a second sentence.
Sorry. It just makes no. To me, this world is just strange. Anyways, it's not supposed to make sense. I understand. It just sometimes it would be really nice if there was some common sense. But that's funny coming from someone that jumps into red flags.
So do you know what's also weird? I look at like Gymshark and going back to that, and like how they are compared to Like I just even imagine like even Nike and Adidas, right?
Yeah.
On all of their athletes' poses, like their runners' shoes, they're all like really fit people.
Yeah.
And like I imagine they are probably doing the progressive things, but they probably weren't doing that in the 90s. No. They weren't doing that then. Definitely not. So it's like, why can like they make the decision? Again, I
Just like some people went from doing hard drugs into doing good things for people.
Yeah, like, you know, it's just like...
People change, man. You got to allow people to change. I understand that people should be called out for their mistakes or outed about things. But if you clearly see that they've changed, or the time itself or culture itself, sometimes you can't blame people for being mixed in a culture and not understanding that like, I was raised in Serbia in a village. When I came here, do you know how many cultural shocks I had? Do you know how many times I had to change my own opinion, or it took some time to change my opinion? Because I grew up in an environment where you just taught this one specific thing, and this is just how it is. And then you go into this big city where you went from 200 people to 2 million, and then it's like, how was I ever supposed to be like these 2 million here when I was only surrounded by 200?
It's a like different shock. So how do you...
It just, look, if the person is willing to change and really truly willing to change, if the person is trying their best to be better, you just, that's
all you can ask for.
That's all you can really ask for. Because when you really sit yourself down, if you really fucking sat yourself down in the mirror and judged yourself, like, okay, maybe you were never racist, maybe you were never homophobic, maybe you were never horrible, maybe you were never a bully, but if you really, really sat yourself down and really were honest with yourself and asked yourself, what are the horrible things that I might have done in my life, and things that I may not even have done horrible, but I have deep resentment for no reason, you'd find something. No one is clear. No one is an angel. And sometimes you might even develop resentment. Like, I can't think of anything specific, but like the best thing I think of, a country, let's say, and have never had no issues in history, loved each other as neighbors. I don't know where war happens because of some religious stuff. Boom. Everyone hates each other. What changed? Just a war, just some ideology, some little things. And the whole culture shifted from, we love each other, we love these neighbors, to, okay, these people next to us, we hate them. If I see one of them, I'm going to stab him. It changes. The world changes. You have to accept that. And if you're trying to cancel people, fuck you. If you're trying to cancel for the right reason, I guess, okay. But canceling in itself is just
hate. It's just hate, I guess.
Yeah, I feel like instead of canceling, just ignore it.
This has been the negative fucking Nancy podcast.
Yeah.
We're just shitting
so
on
now
things.
instead of that, we're gonna go into some positive stuff.
We're gonna vibe it up.
We're gonna ask questions. I was watching the Cameron interview on Drink Champs, and
Drink Champs.
It's Noriega, this rapper. Him and his friend, this DJ, they have a podcast where they bring on just people from hip hop, people from in movies, and anyone that feels like they deserve to be celebrated or cheered on. That's why it's called Drink Champs. They bring them there, they talk about their career, and then drink.
Yeah, cool.
Anyways, Cameron was on there, Killer Cam, a big inspiration to me as well. And there was a thing he talked about how they asked him, when did you become Hollywood? That's like a term for
like
some people might understand, but like you become a little extra. And he spoke about how he was always Hollywood.
I think there is a moment though, still always, where you like
you shift. But I think what he also said was true. He said he was always Hollywood. Even before he was anything, he believed that he was that already. Yeah. He believed he was the shit. He walked out. He says even to this day, he's like, I don't have to walk around with chains. He's like, I can walk to the shops with a shirt with a burnt mark on my shirt from something, and I'm still me. I'm still the shit. I'm still Hollywood. And I was just thinking about that, and I was thinking about the deeper question that heaps of people always come to is confidence versus cockiness, and is there really a difference?
No, so there's a difference. There's not between this is the difference in my opinion, that everyone always jumps to where like confidence isn't confidence anymore. Yes. So in my opinion, it's not. It's confidence and arrogance. That's the two that you've got to compare. So and there then lies cockiness is somewhere in between.
Cockiness is a middle. I see. I also feel that same way.
So the difference between cockiness or the confidence, and arrogance is believing in yourself. Like I believe, if for an example, if you told me, Jack, you're gonna do this, say it's a say I've got to learn how to play darts, and you're gonna give me anyone around the world, and you say you've got 6 months, and you're gonna battle at darts in 6 months. I'm gonna believe I'm gonna be able to beat that person. Simple as that. That's my confidence in myself.
Yes.
I think that about 99% of things. I'm like, I'm going to beat that person because I think I'm going to desire it more than them, and I think I'm going to be better. Personally, I think I'm going to be better than them at it. Simple as that, right? That is all confidence. That's all confidence in myself. The only difference is when I think, okay, I deserve it more than them, and I'm worth more than them. That's arrogance.
That's arrogance. And
that's the cut line. That's the cut line. Whereas if you're standing there and you're being cocky because you think you're good at shit, absolutely fine. But then when you think like when you slip a sentence,
placing someone else down,
where not even that. It's where you like you've said a sentence where it doesn't. You don't even have to say it forefront. It can be a bit of confidence in there, but it's more of a thing where it's like you deserve something
more than someone else
because of who you are.
Okay.
So if you deserve,
so like a self entitlement, which creates
that's arrogance, which is then
I've always been the best. So how can that person?
Be me? So it can be the most like subtle thing, but it will slip in, and that's the fine line between it. Because like, look, if you're just being confident with someone, That's it's a very, very fine line though. It is easy to cross it without even thinking to do it. So it's like,
see, a lot of people in my past, or I've even just heard them say to another person, or just girls in general, or guys in general, talking about it, how they don't like people that are cocky. See, this is how I place it. Confidence is you placing yourself where you believe you stand. Arrogance is you pushing someone else down below you.
Cockiness, that's the term of arrogance.
Yeah.
I'd say,
Cockiness is, instead of you setting yourself somewhere, it's you elevating yourself above that. That's how I feel. So cockiness is elevation. Confidence is being set, like assured. And then arrogance is like, you're not even thinking about yourself.
Yeah, okay.
You're just going, this person's lower than me.
I think cockiness is in its prime is like when you're doing something and you're doing it really well.
Yeah.
And you're like, look at me. I'm fucking
my example of cockiness.
That's being cocky.
My example of cockiness is if me and you have about the same level of basketball, like in basketball, same level of ability, but that day I'm just feeling a little, and so I'm
always going to believe I'm better than you still.
Yeah, and
I'm always going to be cocky because of that.
That's what I'm saying. The confidence develops into cockiness on some days, I think.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
You know what I'm saying? If we have the same, so me and you, one for one, every day, if we played every day, we both have confidence that we'll both be able to beat each other. Yeah. But on some days, if I'm shooting these threes and everything's going in, I'm feeling cocky. I'm just like, you ain't.
Yeah, okay, I get what you mean. Today. Normally, I will be honest. I think I'm normally just cocky anyway. Yeah. In that case, I might just be a bit more. Right. But like, because I always just feel that.
I don't always feel cocky.
Because it's like always, for me, it's always kind of just like, okay, yeah, no, I'm like, especially if I'm killing, like obviously if I'm versing LeBron James, I'm going to be like, I'm probably going to be a bit quiet. Good shot, LeBron, you did well there.
Oh my God, you're so good at this, LeBron.
Damn. But yeah, like if it's something where I actually believe like I am, I'm going to do it.
I just wanted to bring it up because I think people have placed a very negative light on the word cockiness. I don't think it
can be a positive or bad thing.
I don't think it's a bad. I don't think. Yeah. But see, that's the thing. There's too much of everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So,
but you can be overly confident instead of overly cocky. Overly confident just means you.
I don't think you can be too confident, personally.
No. You can be overly confident, not as in a situation.
Yeah, because it comes off as a bit like.
Yeah, because let's say you go to Let's say you go to the gym every day, right? And every day you're beating your goals every day by kilo. What if you come on one Sunday and you for the past 2 weeks you've been going a kilo up?
Yeah.
And just this one day you just stagnate. You weren't being cocky. You were assured. You were confident because of your progress, but you were overly confident because sometimes in life, shit happens.
And confidence, that is the overconfidence that you get to where you become like... You stop.
Yeah, right.
It becomes autopilot. And
monotonous. It's monotonous.
Yeah. And you don't want
monotonous. Monotonous? No, monotonous. Monotonous. Is it N or M? Monotonous.
I don't know now.
I feel like it's monotonous. Monotonous. But yeah, I think this is what I'm going to say.
2 marks.
Be cocky. Allow yourself to have some of these traits that people value as negative traits, like radicalism. I think being a radical in some sense, in a healthy sense, is a good thing. Because sometimes you being someone that's radical and like a bit irrational and combative it can really come off badly and it can be really wrong. But in some situations, it could be the thing that leads you to differentiate and to be excelled at something.
It's always that.
Else.
You say it's always that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as bad as it is, the nice guy in the terms of like the dude that does everything for other people and isn't selfish and puts everyone else first before himself. That person, as unfortunate it is for you, you're never gonna achieve something that you may love for yourself for. You know, or like
because
you'll never have that passion
so much,
and look,
and it's not wrong to do. It's not wrong.
Yeah,
like I'm never saying it's wrong to live that life.
A lot of people are like that.
It's not wrong to live that life. It's just
they say in terms of happiness though. You don't want to be that.
Well, because happiness is irrational sometimes.
Yeah, well, happiness is an emotion as well, so it's hard.
Yeah,
to say
it's
that.
a state
but
of mind.
in terms of like general, like
Well, like I heard Nipsey say it once. I'm paraphrasing. I don't know exactly, but he said
I want you to talk
the rational. He said the rational man. The rational man just no. What was it? The rational man succumbs to society's idea, while the irrational man changes society to think his way.
Yeah. And then you show it by actions and stuff.
Yes. Regardless of how you do it, I'm just saying the concept of
actions speak
if you're
a lot
very
louder than
rational,
words in
if
that
you're
case.
constantly rational and logical, you're going to proceed in a very rational and logical way constantly. Sometimes life calls for you to be irrational or cocky, or like there was moments of time
crazy.
where I, mostly in sport, but moments of time where I was definitely lesser than everyone, but because of my cockiness, something just shone out of me and I was able to beat everyone. Because sometimes that cockiness, as much as it might be an inflated fire that might be somewhat gassed up fake, it does enough in moments. You can't live off cockiness. You have to have
if you catch someone who actually is better than you at something in their moment where they are an autopilot and they're not thinking because they're in their state of mind where it's like boom, and you're like you're not as good as them at that thing, but you've got that fire at you in the moment, then fucking fair game. It turns into a fair game. That's like the crazy thing about life. It's like all these different things that are coming into one. It's hard to just say you got to do this. You know.
I'm just saying people should just allow themselves to be a bit more radical, a bit more irrational, a bit more cocky. Don't succumb to the world's foundations and figures and whatever they want you to be, because sometimes, just like we said before and what we mentioned before, culture changes, things change.
I'm gonna be an Instagram like model person,
and also
I love yourself.
Speaking of cockiness, bitch, we did it again.
Be yourself,
bitch. We did it again. What did we do? You asking?
We're just blowing up.
Well, what did we do? So what we did again in lesser time this time, we blew up on TikTok once again.
We're just
yes,
famous.
we did.
We're absolutely famous.
Yes, we did. Yeah, we did. Because we understand the algorithms now. We understand it. We've reading.
It's actually kind of like it is annoying.
Whoa! Don't give up on information.
It is no, I'm not. But like it's also not hard information to find. There's usually videos on it.
It's YouTube.
It also just makes sense. But like it's kind of just like it's just it feels a bit worse, the fact that it is like that. You know? Do you get that feeling? Where it's like I'd actually rather it not be like algorithmic. Yeah, thank you for being able to speak for me. But yeah, like, do you know, like, I kind of wish there was more individuality in it.
You almost feel like it almost sometimes feels like it downplays your talent.
Yeah, and it's just kind of like, damn.
Oh, I thought I was funny.
Yeah, it's just like.
But then again, you got to see it as like what we did, like compared to like how many followers we have and such things. It's just crazy when a video like that pops off. We are very grateful. We appreciate our fans. We honestly are touched by this. Like,
yeah, it's kind of it's
beautiful. It's beautiful to think that these two guys that just started this podcast, and if you actually we're on 25. If you go on our YouTube and look at our first video, the room has no lighting, there's no back thing. It's funny. The video quality is even worse. So it's like
we're just dumber.
We're dumber as well, which is very possible.
Well, no. Actually,
we are.
No,
And
I
the
don't mean
skill
dumber,
of-
but I mean just like
yeah, the skill
we
of
do it, we've been doing
podcasting,
it more.
right.
So we're like we don't shut like there probably would have been moments I haven't gone back to watch any TV.
I don't like watching myself.
Especially no, I just don't like watching the old shit because it's like
I'm way better now.
Oh,
I'm so cocky
Just
now.
delete
I wasn't
this.
even cocky
Just
back
delete
then.
yeah, but no, it's cool.
It's beautiful
cool.
to look
It's
back
cool.
at those things.
Yeah,
'cause-
it is cool. It's growth. It's growth.
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Like, you know,
and we
you're
just didn't
learning
expect this much growth.
And
But
it's
like,
because look, we do
you know,
we do it for shit.
my cock's big, so it makes sense why all this growth is happening, bro.
It's fun just to like have fun with it, which is
Yeah,
like,
no,
because realistically, I'm looking at it where it's like I don't know what I'm gonna be in however many years doing.
Yeah.
What. So it's kind of like it's a fun thing to
This
do.
is
and it's
definitely
like,
me
it's
and him.
also that what if thing. It's just like we had to do it because it's like you don't want to ever look back and be like, oh, why did I do it?
We started this
You know, it's like
podcast,
and it's fun.
look, a part of it was a part of starting anything. Yes, you're always going to want to succeed in it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's just normal human behavior.
It's any hobby that you want. To
Yeah,
pick up.
because like you want to like and exceed in it and excel in terms of like it doesn't always have to be by outside figures, external figures like views, likes, such. Those are good ways and to like
interpreting shit. Yeah.
interpret things and understand that you are funny, or it gives you a little bit of like but it allows you to not be like
your wish. It's like that we are funny. I'm all judged by how funny I am, by how many likes I get.
but you know what I mean, like
I know.
I could be
it's
telling a
funny.
joke in front of the mirror heaps of times and laugh at myself every time, and then I tell it to the world and the world's like, that's not a funny joke.
Yeah.
And I might not be hurt by that, but if I tell a funny joke and everyone else other than my mirror is laughing as well, that's like, oh
It is a good
shit,
feeling.
next level.
It is a good feeling. Like when,
Well,
like,
confirmation.
Yeah. It's just like also you've made someone else's day better.
Yeah.
You know, like why?
Yeah.
Like, it's
Because
like,
I
you
love
know,
when I laugh at
Yeah,
shit.
that's what I'm saying. If someone makes me laugh, like it's actually like fuck yeah, that was good, and it's just like you appreciate that person for it, and there is a like level of appreciation there for you. So
Yeah.
it's like it's bigger than that. For like that's why comedians have a drug on it. It's like it is as much as it is that confirmation, it's also that like I am making someone's day better.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a cool thing to think that like someone even if it's one person, right?
Yeah.
One person says to you, "Oh, dude, your shit's I love it," and it's just like I made that person's life slightly better. You know, like they might just be like, you know,
Like
who knows?
one thing that me and Jack talk quite often, not that quite often, but we've mentioned it before, is in one of our early videos, the only guy that we follow on TikTok, Josh. We don't know who this guy is,
boy Josh
but the
Howard.
reason we followed him is because it was the first or the second video.
He's one of our first ever followers that weren't like our friend. Like
wasn't a friend.
We have about 10 friends, I think, probably.
Yeah,
out of all the
all the followers.
So it's like apart from hit them, he was probably one of the first. I think one of the first.
And he also commented. He's like
all the time. And
he comments all the time.
And
And one of his
fucking respect to
the
him.
thing that was stuck with us was he said what everyone wants to hear when they start. I'm here before you guys are famous.
Yeah, and I was
When he said that, we were like, fam,
and
gassing me out, bro.
he's the
Fucking
only.
gassing me
I'm
out,
just
bro.
telling you right now, he's the only person we're following.
we're
on TikTok
gonna
ever.
sorry, like
So he's-
even if you're a celeb or whatever, even if
You're
you're
not-
cool, bro, sorry.
Sorry, you're
We're
not-
following you on YouTube, Triller and stuff.
No,
but
I might use it to slide in some TikTok girls DMs and shit.
follow and then unfollow after the next day.
Yeah.
That we can do that. I don't mind that.
Yeah,
That's
no,
fine.
I might have to use.
we
like,
might be.
I'll
We
have to
will
use
allow
that.
following and unfollowing.
I might have to do that. Unfortunately,
But yeah, it's one of
certain
those.
yell in the certain
Hey,
yell.
you get that 24 hours, yeah.
We also have to say the messages like with our things after. That's this was Jack saying this.
Yeah, we have to tell you who's who. Bro, why are we
She's
both
like-
flirting up the same girl?
Yeah, no,
just Ras said
you,
this.
me, you,
Jack
me.
said this. She's
That'd be
like, which one of
hilarious.
you wants it? Both. And then it says, both said
It's
this.
it's just a selfie of both of us. We're in the same room.
In bed, like, we're waiting for you.
We got to do that one day. We actually got to do
But
that one day.
yeah, we do.
Try and have a conversation with a chick with the three of us.
I also wanted to actually bring up, once we get actual like more traction and more followers on YouTube and stuff, I wanted to start getting like people to call in once in a while. And I also wanted to do tarot reading.
Okay.
Because I thought it would be funny as fuck
Yeah,
if
okay.
I was to read someone's future for them.
Yeah, right. You know, that'd be
But like
fun.
once in a while.
Yeah,
not always.
yeah.
It'd
We
just
can
be
just
funny.
do it as like a thing. We can, yeah.
But yeah, back
Something
to
so
back
cool.
to what we were saying. It's just it's a nice feeling doing something, especially with a friend, and first we took it as a hobby. Now it's becoming more of a business as it elevates.
It's more.
Clearly.
I think that's just natural, but like it's not.
Yeah, as things progress, you take it a bit more seriously. But I think me and you always had a business in mind still.
Yeah, well,
like some people just start off as a hobby. I think me and you always had some sort of faint
plan,
structure
like,
or plan.
like mine, like we don't know where we're taking.
Like
it,
we
but
never fully structured. We're like, okay, this is how we're gonna go. This is the target market. We just said, let's start this.
Be ourselves, but like
be
smart about it.
Be smart about it. Try be business minded. Yeah. Put things in. Like eventually we'll release merch. Eventually we'll do everything really because that's just who we are. We just want to create. We want to release. We want to talk to people. We want to just, I guess, experience life is the best way to explain it.
Yeah, as fun as
that's legitimately. I just want to that is going back to the red flags. Wow, I'm so good at this fucking podcasting stuff. I'm so cocky today as well. And everyone that says I'm on crack, no, I'm not on crack, but this makes me feel like I am.
Yeah, you're just itching all the time.
That's why I'm fucking scratching my nose all the time. I fucking need another one, butter. Anyways, what was I saying?
3 lines of coke.
Oh. Jumping into red flags. It's the same thing. It's not like podcasting is a red flag, but
it is
in
to
some sense, to some girls, it is going to be a red flag. Like some girls will not want me to like mention anything or me talking about like anything else on here. Like, for example, like imagine I come in one day and I start talking about anime and all the girls are going, ew, when they hear about anime. There's my red flag. I just threw it up.
Yeah, we're putting all our red flags up there.
Like, we kind of are. This is a risky business.
Like some chick, if she wanted to, if like we start talking and then like, oh, you've got a podcast? If she wanted to do a research on me, she could know everything about me in like a day.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
oh.
I've spoke about so many things and I've said so many weird things that it's like that person has all this like archived evidence that they can investigate. While for them, I have nothing. I don't know.
Yeah,
that's going to be the scary thing when you start dating a girl and she starts watching the pod.
I don't think they would.
Whoa! What are you fucking?
That's fine. It's fine.
Bro. No,
I don't think they would.
You don't know the girl.
No. I don't like. Realistically,
some girl might.
Yeah, but I think at the end, I think they'll get bored and like once they get to
because they listen to you all the time.
Yeah, so it's just kind of like they'll just be like. Oh.
Depends on the girl.
Maybe, who knows? But like that'll be a bit strange. Like my mom doesn't watch all these.
My mom doesn't watch any of them.
My mom would watch for like a minute and be like, I can't deal with this.
My mom has heard enough of my bullshit. I think she's cool.
Yeah, that's exactly the same. Yeah, my mom's like, no, fuck this. fuck you. I'm sick and tired of.
We legit talked about this at the beginning of the podcast, how I keep touching my nose, my fucking hair, and my eyelids. I think it's these fucking lights in this room. Is this room in the lights in here, bro?
Bitch. That's what
it's so dusty in here. Dusty ass room. And all these fucking lights, bro, flashing. Jesus Christ.
I'm fine. You're just a weird little boy.
Before we get to our little last two things, basically everything we kind of have spoken about today falls under this next topic, and it's emotional attachment to opinions. Not only others' opinions, but your own opinions. People have not only become sensitive, but just the reason they are sensitive is because they're so emotionally attached to other people's opinions and their own. They can't just understand that it's just ideas floating by. There's ideologies, that things change. Like I said, you can't hold someone captive on their opinion as well. It's such a horrible thing to do.
People judge friends by that.
Yeah, imagine one kid sees you in 20 years and then he fights you and you don't understand why he fought you at all. And then after he bashes you, he's like, that's what you get for saying I'm ugly in year 3.
It's
what?
Like, it's
and that's a very fucking big statement.
I don't understand it. People make friends. Like, people won't like talk to you anymore, or like they will literally disapprove of you just because you have a difference in opinion on something. I'm like, wow.
Like, if you have a different opinion, call that friend out. Like, if one of your friends is doing something fucked up,
just talk about it.
Talk about it.
It's no, I don't even mean that though. Like, it can be an opinion though that isn't even like important. Like, realistically, like it could be like about like
like let's
values. It can be values. People can value different things, and it's like but some people be like, oh my god, you don't value the same thing as me. I can't be friends with you.
You're a horrible person.
Wow, you're terrible. It's like, what do you mean?
It's like becoming a musician and then being like, I can only hang out with musicians.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, bro, you're not an artist. I can't be around
It's the
you.
exact same thing as if you had 300k Instagram followers and being like, what's that? 290?
Yeah, someone like a fan sends you a message. You're like, ew, less than a
what?
mil.
Like, I just don't relate to you. I just don't agree with your values and how you live your life.
Yeah, because someone.
I'm not gonna be friends with you. Normie.
The funny thing is, someone with one follower might have more in common with you than someone that has 1 million followers just like you.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's crazy. What I'm trying to say is, don't be so emotionally attached to what people say. I know it's hard, and I know all of these things that I've said on this podcast today, I could be hypocritical or contradictive, but at least I make an effort to speak on it, and I at least make an effort to try change. Because I will be the first one to admit that I'm a person that constantly makes mistakes, and I'm also a person to admit that I've made some horrible mistakes in the past, which I've spoken about openly, because that's the only way for you to move forward. And the only other way for you to move forward is to not attach yourself to those things anymore. You can't attach yourself to your past opinions. You can't attach yourself to any of that, because that's not who you are anymore. And we are all, what we really are is a vessel with archived evidence and like memories and blah, blah, blah. And a lot of that stuff will disappear. Like, you could be this one person, and then I don't know, where you have a fucking car crash, you lose all your memories and you're blank. You're blank. You have nothing anymore. Like, it doesn't matter all the memories everyone else has in their little fucking archives. You have nothing left. You're new. You're brand new. And people are gonna impose you to be this person still. But if you're blank, if you're this new person, let go of that. Let go of their opinions. Let go of everything. Let go of the internet, bro. Just live your fucking life.
Motivation.
And just say shit, bro. Just be yourself. If you get you in trouble, let the person call you out. Let them cancel.
Learn from it. If it was wrong, learn from it.
Yeah, like, that's the only fucking way. Like, people are just so sick now that they're chasing this sort of perfection where it's like, even from the get-go, I was perfect. Like, I never fucked up. I never said... I can admit I've probably fucked up more than I've done right.
Yeah, probably. Because, that's most of your childhood. Most of your childhood is just fucking up.
Fucking up.
Like, learning from it. Making mistakes.
Most of my adulthood...
Shouldn't do that again.
Most of my adulthood so far has been about big fuck-ups. Big fuck-ups that I didn't make during my teenage years, which I paid for in my adulthood because I left it all to then.
Fair enough.
Mistakes made.
Motivational hour is over.
But yeah, motivational hour is over. Now it's time to defend an innocent man.
There's been a scandal around here in Perth, a very serious scandal, and I've gone dark because man's in front of the light.
Gone dark.
But it's a serious issue, I think, within the fitness community, within the booty girl community, within here in Perth, and I think we've got a man here that wants to shed some light on the issue at hand, because there's one man out here that is truly hurting, and he's hurting bad. He's down bad. He's down bad, and
really down bad.
And he needs.
Don't judge me on the fact that I no longer understand how to do the tie.
I don't think I know how to tie.
I'm fucking taking this seriously, bro. Doesn't matter, bro. Honestly, I'm just taking this very seriously.
You look lovely.
Thank you. It probably does not match whatsoever, but it's alright. I chose this one because from today on, in our podcast, when it comes to the day, next time we have a discussion like this, you will be the devil's advocate, and you will have to wear a tie or bow tie, whatever. You just have to look a little formal, you know?
Yeah, okay.
A little presentable.
Yeah.
So maybe I should have just been speaking into the mic, but hopefully you guys heard me.
You would. It's just
so today, as one of the first summer segments, I was talking to some friends, and even just over the past few months, I'd seen it. This guy.
Are we going to name the name, or are we going to keep it?
No, let's keep it anonymous.
Yeah, keep it anonymous
for now.
Just because
but people in Perth sort of know what's going on.
Is he
this
that big
fitness guy, huh?
Is he that big in Perth?
Oh, huge. This fitness guy that has had a very profitable business, has had many known clients around Perth, maybe even other states. I have no idea. I haven't researched too deeply into.
I don't think it is because he's very individual. Like, it's all about him. That he doesn't have teams. It's like he's the only
Okay.
He doesn't have teams, so it wouldn't be. It wouldn't be.
Well, regardless, a guy that
He's doing
The
very
guy that
well.
was doing very
his
profit-
fitness career.
And it's not only his fitness career, like, yeah, okay. Anyways, over the past few months, there's been a lot of backlash on him. The reason I wanted to bring it up is because basically today everything we talked about was sort of similar in that sense, kind of that subject of let people go, bro. Just let the guy be a guy. And I know that sounds horrible, but I'm the devil's advocate today, and so this is what I have to do.
Essentially,
the context behind this is the first thing he got in trouble was he's a guy that only trains women. He's a fitness instructor that only trains women. And the problem was he did a little prank on Halloween or something. He wore girls' underpants on his head, and the girls went whoa, like crazy on him. Like, how dare you? Aren't you like, you're disgusting?
Yeah, fair
like,
enough. That was a shitty fucking. That's like, you shouldn't get angry at some dude for that.
That didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, that
like,
doesn't make sense.
The next thing,
I understand why people are angry at the next thing. But like,
the
that
first
doesn't
thing,
make sense.
dude, he was legit. Like, this is one weird thing. When you become a celebrity, or I'd say he's a Perth celebrity, for sure. Perth celebrity. Respect to the guy. Like, I don't want this guy to like have anything against us. I actually like have no issues with him.
I somewhat respect what he's doing. Like, I somewhat
there
respect
was
what he's
one
doing.
thing that he did that I could be like, okay,
I could see why he did it. I could see why he did it.
I can't lie. Maybe in that same situation, I'll do the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't.
That is why I'm going to defend this guy.
not
That
big
is
enough.
why today I'll be the devil's advocate and I will speak for this man, or at least defend him. So the first thing was the panty thing. I understand he's training all women. What the fuck's wrong with you? Blah blah. I understand it from the female perspective, but looking from a male's perspective, all I saw was, oh, big joke.
Having a bit of a joke.
Made a joke.
Yeah.
And what if those are his girlfriend's panties? Why the fuck does it matter whose panties? What?
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the first thing. And the next thing I found out was some of the messages that were showing around of him asking for their progress pics. And when he asked for their progress pics, he was like, I'd prefer you to send it to me in like a bikini or a G-string. And then
A couple saucy emojis.
the only thing that I found a little sus was the emojis, really.
No, in my opinion as well, though, it was also...
The statement,
no,
yes,
No.
understand.
He also, a more important part of that as well, is he would do that before the first session.
Right,
so this is... You had to do that before coming into the session.
So before coming into the session, he'd send you a message to...
Yeah.
So you could... It's for your progress pics, right? Which, from his perspective... From a business perspective, let's say he wasn't a guy that wasn't attracted to girls.
It's the mixture of the two combined. That's the problem.
That's what I'm saying. I think the issue isn't that he's...
Either one of those could have been fine.
It's him being a straight guy and asking for these pics from these random girls. Well, not random, because they're going to be his clients. So I understand why that was... I think for me, with the emojis were the kind of... Because the statement itself, if it was said in a professional way... I don't think people would have been that outraged. It's the emojis that I think feed into people's emotions.
It adds a flirty nature to it.
It adds a flirty nature. Yeah. So that is all that he actually done. And apparently he's done this to a few girls. Before I go into my full explanation and my ties, I will start off today with the first thing that I'd like to defend my friend on. And we can go back and forth, me and Jack, since I'm going to give each statement. Okay, my first thing that I'd like to bring up to defend my client is human bio. If we really think about humans and the way men are wired, if I'm a man working in a environment where there is, he set the environment for himself. Genius. Like, you can't hate on him for finding a niche in female booty workouts and then being like, I'm making so much money with this. All the hottest girls in Perth want to be a part of this. This business is everlasting because all of these girls are promoting to each other. Why would I hate on the guy for that? What? Because he found it. It's like me craving sex all the time and then becoming a porn star, and then everyone be like, well, that's fucked up. And it's like, no, I found what I'm into. I found a niche in it. I'm making money off it.
I agree with that point.
Wait, let me finish. The reason I brought up human bio is serotonin and testosterone. You're around ass all day, son. They sweating. They looking fine as hell. You just, and his videos that he's taking of them for his gym, bro, he's zooming into those cheeks, son. You think my fucking serotonin, it's like that, bro. My fucking head's like that. And you're at the gym, testosterone's building constantly. He's a guy that looks like fucking pretty built. Like, honestly, look, it's like putting a junkie around people doing drugs and being like, don't do the drugs, bro.
The thing I'd argue against that point is he created his own junkie situation.
Right, but so do many other junkies.
Yeah, and that's the junkie's fault.
No, but how, like...
That's...
No, but it's different because it's a business and he found a niche in it, and if he wouldn't have got...
slightly make it worse?
No, but he wouldn't have gotten any hate unless it was for that one prank and the messages.
Yeah. But
let's say those... But that's what I'm saying. Human bio. If it wasn't for those two mistakes, those two slip-ups, my man...
The only thing I would say about that, I don't think it's very intelligent to say how men are genetically wired.
That's not intelligent to say.
No, it's
just not a current argument that people are allowed to use, because now everything is
not,
okay. People are so okay to look past.
You can't just brand like every man.
No, but I can brand every man. I can brand every man to be acting out of line in a situation where you're surrounded by booty every day, but you're also lifting, so you're building up your testosterone.
No, you can't, because not every man would act the same way.
That's why, for my client's sake, okay, right.
That's what. No, but it doesn't take away from the point, though. Right. I'm more saying that's why.
Let's say I'm a homosexual man working just for guys' booty stuff.
No, I agree with you, but I was more saying that's why I wouldn't say it's the way a man is genetically wired.
No, but majority of us are genetically wired.
I know.
So
what you
let's
mean.
say 70%.
Yeah, but like that's what I'm saying is why you can't.
And the guys that are at the gym,
all I was saying,
majority of the guys that are at the gym. Majority of the guys that are at the gym.
I agree with you. In terms of a straight man, I completely agree. But you can't just generally. Right, but also you can't. He also if you make a room that's your heroin room, and you say, oh, this is my business where I make my money, and then I go and use it all the time.
And you fuck your money
up. I start fucking my life up. And I get caught with all this heroin, and it's my room and it's my business. It's still my problem for having that.
All I'm saying is, I'm not saying my client is not guilty. All I'm saying is, I would like the sentence to be loosened.
Fair enough.
Because, and I genuinely mean that, like, in the actual sense. Like, when I say his punishment should just be what are you doing, bro?
Just do better. Yeah, that's all it is.
Fix it, bro. Fix your business. You can't let this man...
it is. Just stop doing the bad shit.
Yeah.
Cool, whatever.
Because, okay, next...
Or the negative shit.
Next thing. So everything I'm bringing up is not to say that he's not guilty. It is all reasons and situations that may have caused my client to act irrationally. Right? So, for example, you know how, some people get a sentence lessened if they have some sort of mental issues? Not saying he has any mental issues. I'm saying
claiming depression.
I'm not claiming depression. I'm about to claim power corruption.
Yeah. Okay.
The next point is power corrupts. Power does corrupt. If you put yourself in an environment surrounded by all these women, and they all want to work with you. Some of them want you. I have proof because I know at least 2-3 of those girls that were part of his business that were attracted to him, that were into him. So, I mean, when you're surrounded, it's like being a king and trying not to slip up. You're gonna slip up.
Look, I don't have any issues with
power
him.
corrupts.
I don't have any issues with him fucking his clients.
Me neither. At all.
As long as it's consensual, don't care.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. Cool. Next, self-evident.
Yep.
What I mean by that is you're going to a guy that is a pretty jacked guy, seems to be popular, good looking, seems to have gotten women before he started his business. I don't know how he is. I don't know if he flirts with his customers while he's there. But to me, it was self-evident that there would be a slip-up.
Yeah.
I said, you're putting a guy in an environment surrounded by all of these attractive women, and sometimes you cross the line with an emoji.
Look, I'm on your side with this one. I can easily see as well, these girls are all at his gym, and every video I've seen of him, he seems the same in the videos.
That's what I'm saying.
He doesn't seem like he's professional at the gym and then like has this sly side where where he feels like he's being.
That's
like
what I'm saying.
thing.
I don't feel like this guy.
I think he's pretty consistent with it. So
I haven't seen for example,
like,
the whole panties joke, dude.
Yeah.
Like
if anything,
that to me is like self-evident.
It's
like
evident that,
this guy,
who you're getting involved with.
It's way worse and sleazier if he acts like he's this good guy, professional dude.
Then he wants to wank in front of you.
Dude, he's just a dude. He's legit. He acts like a dude on his Instagram. I don't know how, like I said, I don't know how he's with his clients. But to me, it's like I said, putting a fucking junkie in a room full of drugs, it's like, what am I supposed to do?
If I was a female and I saw that Instagram page, I think I can judge him, and I can see exactly the type of person he is.
The business
by his Instagram, he shows it very, very well.
Yeah,
like very, very well.
Yeah,
it's quite clear.
That's why you can't hate on him, because everything he's done is been by his book.
It seems like he's been pretty honest, yeah.
And okay, so that was a good one, I think. The next one is influence, and how everyone is okay until it's not okay. Before the panties thing, and actually the panties thing is what kind of led to everything going down and more people coming out and saying shit. But before that, no one's complaining.
Yeah,
no one's complaining. No one said a word. I'm guessing those emojis.
That point, unfortunately, doesn't really hold, because it's like,
it's like, oh, no one said until someone raped, blah blah blah.
Yeah. He's
yes,
like, before the rape, he was fine, but after the rape, everything just seemed to change.
No, but what he did to make that change is what I'm saying is not that crazy. He made a joke online which involved panties. A few girls got annoyed. Plenty of people defend him. Plenty of people are defending him and continue to defend him and have defended him about the panties thing. Look, the messages, fuck it, slip up. It is what it is, bro. Sometimes you're surrounded just by girls and you get a little bit flirty. It is what it is, man. It really is what it is. If you're the man, and in Perth, he's definitely the fucking man.
Yeah, the fitness guy. Yeah, he's like
he's known for being the booty guy. He's surrounded by beautiful women. He's the man. Oh yeah, but fucking everyone knows now. I'm defending the guy regardless. People are gonna hate on me for defending him, but I don't like. I'm the devil's advocate, and look, I'm not saying I agree with everything I've written in here, but everything I've written in here, it's all some sort of evidence that at least points to loosening.
But
why
that one there, I'd say, doesn't really do anything.
It doesn't do anything, but the last statement does. It's all okay until it's not. I just don't like the fact that everyone is acting like no.
Oh, well, like it was.
No,
like it wasn't okay
that's
before.
what I'm saying.
But that really also depends on if he was doing it before.
Well,
we don't know
the
that.
messages. I don't know.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying though. But we don't know that.
But
so it's like
from how many girls sent in stuff that they said, it seemed like to be a continued narrative from the get-go.
Yeah, so that,
which I could be wrong, because girls don't put dates on things.
But there is a tipping point for some people.
Right, and the tipping point was the panties on the head, which is a stupid tipping point.
I do agree with like the mob mentality point, which is what you're saying.
Because plenty of girls were
probably okay with it, and then they saw a bunch of other girls.
Oh, my friend said this. Oh my god, this guy's a piece of shit. Like, make your own fucking opinion.
Yeah.
Just like I hate people fucking attaching themselves emotionally to opinions. Make your own opinions.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean there. Yeah, the mob mentality
is that's what I was defending. People are still defending him. Plenty of people that he still's got plenty of clients. He's still, even after all the fucking hate, he's still popping. He's still managing to do his work. So clearly, he's not a piece of shit to everyone. Because if he was a creep to everyone, all his clients would have left.
Yeah. That's fair.
Then the last part,
I don't think it would hold up in court, but like
no.
But yeah.
Well, like I said, I'm just being the devil's advocate today. Okay. For the people that went back on him after you signed the contract and shat on him after, fair enough. Maybe he did do something to you. Maybe he said something to you.
Or maybe you just didn't like something he did. Yeah.
Right. But in the end, you signed the contract, and not only that, the most self-evident thing that he has done that has assured the success of his business is progress. You can hate on the guy as much as you want, but you went there for him to train you to make your ass look bigger. What did he do?
Made the ass look bigger.
Not only that, what did he do? He invited more of your friends. That became a fucking trend. He helped all of you out in some sense. Because before then, you wouldn't have fucking went. But because this guy's the magical guy that makes all the girls' booties big. They all went, oh.
I love also is like the idea.
You can't hate on the guy for like, look.
It's also just somewhat. I don't understand it because like.
That's my day done, bro.
I also don't understand that, right? Because it's like, that's like saying, oh, this man helps me eat better. It's like, well, yeah, you can find that out anywhere. It's like not very hard to understand how to get your fucking booty fat. It's like really easy concept.
Look, he's still...
No, that's what goes into like his like weird, like why I'm like, how has he done this?
Yeah.
So it's like, what the, like, no offense to you girls that go to him, but like you can get all the information you get from this guy. He's not a genius.
Right, but
like,
no, but
he
he's
works
definitely...
out. Look, he's a gym bro, and I respect my fellow gym bros because like I respect all my fellow gym bros. They're all my gym bros. Like, you know, we have this mutual understanding. You learn things as you go to the gym a lot. Like, you know, that's just natural. Over an amount of years, you learn things. He probably doesn't know anything really like unbelievably in detail.
But he seems to... Look...
No, but that's what I'm saying. You can get that information anywhere.
Yep.
And I'm more saying to these girls, like you knew what you were getting into,
right?
Like in that case.
I'll explain to you like this.
He's not Elon Musk. He's not telling you something nobody else knows.
Yeah.
Everyone like.
No, but I'll explain to you like this. Why is his business successful? One of the biggest reasons is that progression, is that success rate. But the other thing is, clearly his customer service or whatever the fuck he's doing while he's training those girls, motivating them, speaking to them.
Yeah, he must be doing something right.
Clearly he's doing something right because he probably knows as much as some other guy, but that other guy is not having these clients.
That's probably the best point, right? Is because of the type of business he's created. It is so like he hasn't got advertising. He hasn't advertised himself. It is all word of mouth, which is like the most positive thing that you can possibly have.
And that clearly means this guy, if
he is doing like a decent, I agree with you because like how hard is it to be a personal trainer?
Right.
Because it's such an oversaturated
and not
market.
only that, think about it this way, right? The whole point of this whole argument was everyone is acting like he's a creep now. In the beginning of the game, you're getting with a guy to be your personal trainer from mostly your lower parts. I don't know, he probably trains the upper parts as well, but he's known for that. You're trusting a guy to train your booty. So there's already that. You're already crossing that line. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're already
as well, though. It goes back to the point you mentioned before as well. He said since the start, females only.
Boom.
Like it's like wow. It's like come on.
And they probably did hate on him at the beginning as well. Oh wow, what a creep.
Yeah.
But look at his business.
It would have been the same then, and it's probably the same now.
So all I wanted to do was come here and be the devil's advocate and defend a guy which. Personally, look, maybe he made a mistake, but all I'm trying to do is loosen the sentence.
That's fair.
Because
I don't think
his business
could be anything like that.
No, but he doesn't deserve to lose so many clients.
Well, that's the client's choice.
Right, but so many people are motivated by just the herd.
Yeah, but like you've got to let those. You're going to lose those. That's I think that's part of the loss.
I don't know.
Like you said, he's still got people defending him and going.
Right.
I think he's going to be fine.
He will definitely be fine. It just all I'm trying to say is people have just. I think he's made something so. Clearly, the guy's
I think his serving's going to be deserved. I think he'll get what he deserves. He'll probably lose some clients, and some people won't like him anymore.
Some people like him even more.
He'll keep his loyalty, and then those will still spread. And like, I think he will serve the punishment he gets.
Yeah, the last thing I was trying to say is like
he probably is going to get like a couple less.
Yeah, people shitting on him. Yeah. But look, like I said before, it's just that thing where it's like. It's so self-evident. You sort of in some way like yes, you expect everyone to be like sublime and so perfect and so pure, but the reality of life is no one really is, and you're sort of throwing yourself in. I don't want to say you're throwing yourself into a fire by being a girl and going into being trained by just a guy that only has female clients. But to me, that, like I said, is sort of self-evident of what he's trying to do.
So you're playing with a bear trap. It's like, boom.
Yeah, you not saying the guy was admitting that he was a creep at the beginning. I'm just saying it's a guy. Like, I don't know. Like, if I'm, like I said, maybe for the first 2-3 weeks, I just have these clients and I'm normal. Fucking, let's say a year in and these fucking juicy ass booties is in my face. And eventually something inside me goes...
I don't think it's even that. I just think it's like he just made a small error.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I don't think he's crazy.
No, it doesn't make him crazy. I'm just saying, as in like, you make a mistake.
Yeah,
you
get
slip
horny.
up.
You
get horny one day. And like what he did, the panties thing, I find stupid.
He hasn't sexually
The emojis,
like,
the emoji thing is like, well, it's sus, but it's like, that's what happens when you're like, celebrities, bro. Like, they get overly zealous with normal people as well.
Yeah, no. Look, it's the same thing. It's like,
in his head, he's probably a celebrity.
Society will do its job.
Yeah,
it will govern it the right way.
So it's I just wanted to come in here and just provide
for the booty man,
civil service. It's just a civil service, you know,
for the booty man. To end it, because this has been a fucking long one.
Oh, before we leave, we both have our important questions.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. This is. Do you want to go first, or do you want
you go first? Since I just defended my man's.
My question, right? I actually think, I think it's like a really, really deep question. Like, it fucked me up when I first read it, and I was. I guess we'll go into it, right?
Bro, you better not be stealing from someone. Apparently, we're KSI-esque.
Yeah.
Ooh. Do you know what it is? It's probably just me being a fucking just up.
But this made me think, because this was when I was reading a book, and essentially every chapter had a different question, because there was a book about this person moving into a house where you had to live by a certain amount of rules.
Oh, okay.
And they had to fill out a survey before they moved in. So, but the question is which relationship problem do you fear the most? 1, getting bored. 2, realizing you could do better. 3, growing apart. 4, your partner becoming dependent on you. Or 5, being deceived. What
hurts most?
What do you fear the most?
It's either getting... Nah, I'm not getting bored, because that's just like... It's happened so many times. What did the... So say him again, sorry?
Getting bored.
Yeah.
Realizing you can do better.
Yeah.
Growing apart.
Yeah.
Your partner becoming dependent on you and being deceived.
I've had...
What do you fear?
Okay. I've had all of those, and if I really think about it...
Well, no.
The one...
That's
what I'm saying. No. But I'm saying, they've all happened to me. So thinking forward, I feel like being deceived is the scariest one, because being bored is on you. You guys falling apart, still on you.
Realizing you could do better.
Realizing you could do better, that's right. That's on you, definitely. And then, what was the fourth one before?
Your partner becoming dependent on you.
That's also... Oh, that's not on you. But that's not...
That's fearful. I'm fucking... Look, I'll give you my opinion.
But being dependent... I prefer someone to be dependent on me than to deceive me.
Do you know what mine is? Getting bored.
I've gotten bored so many times that it's...
That's why. No, but that's why.
Okay.
Because it's like I like... It fears me that happens.
That you'll never...
That happens.
Be satisfied.
Eventually I just get bored.
But what if... No, but like... I think the reality is... Because you'll always get bored.
Because the others...
No matter who it is. If you spend 50 years with someone, you'll eventually be bored over a period of time, and then you go back to not being bored, and then it just... I think it's a shifting. All the other things, like... I feel like being deceived is the worst one, because that one is a... if they are dependent on you, maybe they're going through something, maybe something's going on, but you being deceived by them is a thing that eats away at the trust, and all the other ones don't really eat away at the trust.
All of the other 4 I feel are like I can get over. Mm-hmm. It would be... See, for me, it's like getting bored is the worst. Growing apart is the second most I fear. And then like... Growing
apart, definitely, because that one's like... that one's like a... Like, that one's possibly the saddest
That's what I'm. Like, that's why I fear
over
it.
time.
It's like I fear it, and it's just
It's
like
a-
that's
it's a-
that's what also I consider that and getting bored sort of the same. In my opinion.
Because bored can be a
Do you- okay,
one
yeah, I get what
day.
you mean. Like
A one
It's
day.
in a more of an emotion. I get what you mean.
Yeah, getting bored might be a one day thing where you just come to it.
Yeah.
Drifting apart is a slow, painful process.
See, for me, being deceived and your partner becoming dependent on you, for me, those are just clear signs that I should leave, and same realizing I can do
yeah,
better.
but
those are three
doesn't matter
signs
if.
for me.
But
Yeah,
that's,
but
it's not about
I don't
leaving.
fear. I don't fear that.
fear them.
I don't fear that.
Well, I fear them in a relationship because it's like I don't want to be deceived.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, but I don't fear it that much. Like, if I feel like if someone deceives me, then I'm like, oh, cool, you're not the one. Peace. I have a reason in my head. I'm
Yeah,
kinda like, oh, cool,
it does
I
justify
know,
something,
justify
but I
so
feel
for
like
me-
being deceived just hurts more because it's like.
for me, it's more of a sharp pain. But like,
Yeah,
in terms of
yeah.
like I fear,
Well,
I'm more fearful
being
of the
dec-
fact that I get bored. I'm
being-
like, that hurts me because I'm like, I don't want to get bored.
Yep.
Like, or if I actually care for someone, I don't want to be
Yep.
bored. And like that, I don't want to grow apart. Those sorts of things. That scares me and fears me more than being like that sharp pain of,
Yeah.
wow, you cheated. Fuck, that hurts me
Fuck,
for
yeah.
like how long? But it's like a sharp dagger rather than just being beaten up. Fucking.
See, as much as being deceived is a sharp dagger, it's a dagger which has poison on the tip of it.
Yeah, no, I get.
Because
what you
then
mean. It hurts.
you sit there and you question everything else that they said before,
See, I'm
and then you're like, "Fuck, what else are they deceiving me?"
yeah,
about?
I know it's like a deeper trust thing, but like,
Yeah.
that's
why I
get it,
fear
I
that
get
the
it,
most.
yeah. But no,
Because
that's-
that derails
If
everything. else for me.
I remember when I was reading the book, I sat on that fucking page
Yeah.
for fucking like ages, and I was just there like, what the fuck do I fear the most? Because I was trying to answer them all as I went.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And they were actually dope questions. Like that was, I sat there, I was like,
yeah.
what do I like? And it
My
happened.
question's very scientific.
Yeah.
Either you can never piss, or you can never shit. Which one?
Is it? Do I feel the pain of like?
No.
so,
There's
like,
no pain. It's just the relief of something. You'll never feel that relief again.
I think I'm never shitting, because
You feel like pissing is more relieving?
yeah, 100%. Especially when you like go for a long time without peeing. But I may be biased right now because I need to pee.
True.
But I just think, like, I don't think, because like when
I feel
I
like-
need a shit for a long time,
Yeah.
and I finally shit,
Yeah.
I don't feel that
Relieved. Some days you
at-
feel
or
relieved.
when
Depends.
See, okay, in my opinion though,
Depends on the shit.
When your stomach hurts, because of shit,
Yeah.
and then you shit and you go lie down
Yeah.
and you like relieve all that pain.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of like
That's what I'm saying.
That's a nice, but then I don't
But
want
then
the
again,
pain.
remember, you know, like if you're drinking all night and then you piss and you're like,
that is like it's like literally like ecstasy. It's like whoa.
see, that's what I feel like.
That's what I'm
I'm
gonna.
gonna,
This podcast.
I'm gonna think about it for a second.
I think it has to be shit, man.
I think it's pissing for me.
Really, I think it has to be shit.
Wait,
I'd
no,
also
wait,
never have to
wait. No, never being able to piss or never being able. Wait, are
I'd
you
never be
saying?
able to shit. I'd never be able to shit.
Oh yeah, I'd never be able to shit. I don't care.
yeah. Because like also the time it spends. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like.
So
you know,
I'd
it's like-
rather be able to just piss.
Yeah. Just
Okay,
piss, I
and
think,
it feels like a more. It feels like a more relaxing sensation as well, pissing.
yeah. How would you discreet?
Yeah.
How would you get your shit out? Like all your.
Maybe you're just. But I'm big.
You know,
Look,
yeah,
bro.
no,
It's
you
a
sweat it out.
hypothetical question.
It's like, yeah,
Maybe your body just devours it to a point where it becomes pee.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, okay, and it goes out your pee hole.
Yeah, all the time.
and it spits liquid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no, and like pee. I swear, peeing just feels better.
Yeah.
Like it's just,
Yeah.
like, I
Yeah.
don't know. Maybe it's your dick, the sensation in there. Maybe it feels a bit better.
I
than
think
ours.
so.
Maybe I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah.
And I think you can also feel your bladder emptying more than you feel your stomach emptying, because with your stomach it's going through all these other processes, while your bladder's just a.
Yeah. No, I agree. That's
that's
our beautiful intake on that to end this podcast. This was probably close to 2 hours, I imagine.
2?
It's 1:42 and my stopwatch stopped a little bit halfway through.
Not bad. Shit, bro. This. I mean, it's episode 25, so it's kind of like quarter of a century. We had to do a big one, and you know we started a new thing that we're gonna start doing. Not every episode, but when we find something that's arguable.
Yeah, we'll do shit.
And it's your turn to be the devil's advocate next time.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening. Hopefully we're not smudgy. See ya.
Peace.
Peace.